Hello again, vinyl community and everyone else listening. As I said in my last video, I'd probably make a video of my recent finds since that's what I started out to do on my last video. And I didn't get there because I found a lot of great thrift store stuff. But last week, I think it was, I went to my quote-unquote local record store about 30 miles away, and I picked up a few things. I didn't get too much, but I don't usually talk about price. I'm one of these people that thrift store stuff, yeah, because it's cool, but I did fairly well in that I averaged exactly $4 a piece. The guy gave me a really good deal at the counter when I went up there, and it came to an even amount, and so I did the math, and I averaged $4 a piece. A couple of them aren't worth $4, but a bunch of them are worth a lot more than that. So I'll show you what I got, and then a few other things I picked up, a few from the mail and just various other places. But start off, I did not have this. The Go-Go's Vacation. And I like the Go-Go's, and I used to only like their hits, and I've discovered that some of their album tracks are really good. And I don't even have the single of Vacation. So I used to think it was just about, you know, needing a vacation, and I realized it's about a relationship, and it's a much better song than I thought. So I picked up the Go-Go's Vacation. Also, the Flying Lizards, their first album. You see the 12 inches and stuff all the time. For Money is on here, TV's on here. Is there another one? Summertime Blues is on here. You see the 12 inches, but you rarely see the Money's album. Or the Money's, yeah, the Flying Lizards album. And it's on Virgin, and so I picked it up. Bought a couple things on Virgin, actually. But there you go, the Virgin label. In really nice shape. An Elvis Costello, Man Out of Time 12-inch single. It is a British import, I believe. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's weird. It's made in England. And it's got Town Crier and Imperial Bedroom on the B-sides. And Elvis Costello and the Attractions, I Want to Be Loved, another British 12-inch with I Want to Be Loved extended Smooch and Runny version. I wanted to hear that. And it's also got Turning the Town Red on it. This one is on FB, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can't really, it's got its own sort of custom label. Huge Costello fan. This I picked up just because it was interesting and it was cheap. The cover's got some water damage. Rock and roll hits of the 50s, The Flares. These guys did sort of a smooth R&B kind of sound, but they got a little jaunty once in a while. But if you look, Richard Berry and Young Jesse, who did a great song called Shuffle in the Gravel, which I do not have on vinyl. I am desperately looking for that on vinyl. But those two people were in The Flares. So I picked that up. I did not have this. Ruby Baby, Dion. Love his version of Ruby Baby. I like it a lot more than the Drifters version. And I have one of his other Columbia records. And a lot of people like the Dion and the Belmont stuff. For me, his Columbia period, when he left the Belmonts and left Laurie Records and went to Columbia, is his best stuff. So Donna the Prima Donna and Drip Drop and just good stuff. So I've not heard it yet, except for of course Ruby Baby, but I'm looking forward to it. Robert Gordon, Are You Gonna Be the One? And if you don't know who Robert Gordon is, Steve, Flipside CT, mentioned him a video or two back. Rockabilly guy out of Washington, D.C. His first two albums were with Link Wray, and then he picked up Chris Spedding, who may or may not be on this one. It's too dark in here for me to see. But anyway, You can see this had a price tag of $5 on it. And I left it on there because this album is still sealed. So I got a Robert Gordon album for $5, still sealed. Actually, $4, still sealed. Rock and Soul, the Everly Brothers. This is an import from Belgium on Warner Brothers Records, and it's in really nice shape, and I love the Everly Brothers, so I picked it up. Chuck Berry, new jukebox hits on Chess. I'm not going to show you the label. It's that orange and light blue label that they had. But this has a lot of stuff that's not on any of his compilations on it, including his version of Route 66 and Sweet 16, which I think is the same song that B.B. King did. And Don't Lie to Me, and I'm not sure if that's the same song. I don't think so, that Fats Domino and the Stones did. But I don't think it is, but I'll find out eventually. This, for me, was the best thing I got. Nice import on EMI of the Dave Edmunds Rockpile album. It's the album where Rockpile got its name, even though they're not on it. The rest of the guys, I don't think. Dave Edmunds plays almost everything on this album. No, none of the other guys are there. Yeah, I didn't think so. And it's got I Hear You Knocking on it. It's the album with the hit. So there you go, a nice British import of that. I thought this was cool. The Motor's greatest hit. Again, it's on Virgin. Virgin labels were so unadorned, they all look like promos, but I don't think this is. It says Dancing the Night Away on it, which was their big hit, but it's also got Love and Loneliness, Forget About You. And Bram Tchaikovsky from this band went on to form Bram Tchaikovsky. And who else was in this band? Nick Garvey was also in this band. So they were a good power poppy kind of band. Thinking of doing a power pop video one of these days. And I forgot all about the Motors. I guess they'd have to be in it, huh? I couldn't pass this up either. Julie London. Julie is her name. Whenever you see these, they're always a little bit rough, and it's such a quiet album. You need a really, really nice copy. It's a really great album. And this is an import on EMI Records. It's a later pressing, but the thing is like minty, minty, minty. So I look very much forward to playing this. Hey, let's do this. Alright, that's enough of that. Nancy Sinatra, Country My Way. I did not have this album, and the front cover is really, really nice. It's even got the hype sticker, including Jackson, on it. The record's in really nice shape. Unfortunately, somebody wrote their name all over the back in marker. I don't know. I kind of agree with some people that say, you know, when people do that, it kind of adds character to the record. It kind of does. I don't know. Holding this here to maybe be my thumbnail. We'll see if that works out. Steve, Flipside, Connecticut. Flipside TCT recommended Teenage Heads. And I went and found one. This is a 6-song mini album called Tornado, another power pop band. I haven't yet heard it, Steve. I'll let you know. But thanks for the recommendation. And I actually found something somebody recommended. It's so rare without, you know, with my one record store that find anything. But there you go. And this is the last thing. It's got writing and stuff on the cover, but Looking for Lewis and Clark, the by the Long Riders. This is a 10-inch. If you can't tell, the scale's a little different. Here we go. It's got Looking for Lewis and Clark, the extended version on it. Child Bride, South Side of the Story, If I Were a Bramble and You Were a Rose. And the 10-inch is in really nice shape. It's on Island Records, and again, this was a radio station copy, WGBC. I have a few things by them, and sometimes they cut big chunks out of the album cover. They didn't want anybody taking their records. There you go. Okay, that's what I got from my localish record store. And I also picked up a few things. A couple weeks back, Trish Mullins sent me my first ever VCLT, and thank you again, Trish. And one of them was an Island mix, one of the 2 CDs she sent me. And I liked a couple of songs on the Island mix, and I liked a lot of songs on the other mix. And but I liked them so much that I went and I found a copy of Harry Belafonte's Calypso album. It's one of his first, if not his first album, and she played I Adore Her and Will His Love Be Like His Rum on there, and I wanted the album to play it on my podcast, so thank you for turning me on to this. I passed this album up so many times, and sorry I did now, so thanks for that, Trish. And also, on the other one, she played A Swingin' Safari by Billy Vaughn, and I liked that song so much I wanted to hear what the rest of the album sounded like, so I went and I found a copy of A Swingin' Safari by Billy Vaughn and his orchestra. So thanks for those tips, Trish. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a Halloween podcast really soon. I know it's not Halloween yet, but I'm so far ahead in my vinyl dubbing that I'm up to Halloween, believe it or not. So I picked this up. Pickwick put it out. The horror hits, Monster Mash, Sounds of Terror. It doesn't even say who it is. It's mostly instrumentals. They're supposed to sound scary, I think. But it didn't cost much, and it was interesting, and I just thought I'd give it a listen and see if there's anything I could use on my Halloween podcast. I've never done a Halloween podcast. This will be my first one, so this was interesting. I saw this album. Let me take it out of the plastic. I saw this album, and it was on my watch list on eBay for a long time. It's on Fantasy Records. It's Cola Panda and the Pipe Organ. And he just looks like a weird, intrinsic kind of guy. And then the other night, I was watching the Ed Wood movie. And this guy was one of Ed Wood's cohorts, one of his buddies. And he's actually in the film. The older, much older Cola Panda is in the Ed Wood movie playing the organ. So I was like, wow, what a coincidence that is. And the other reason I bought it is on lovely red vinyl, clear red vinyl on the Fantasy label. So I was really glad I picked it up once I once I knew the Ed Wood connection. I was like, wow, I knew something drew me to that. I'm gonna hold it up again. Maybe Cola Panda can be my cover for this video. Okay. See if that worked. I don't know. This just cracked me up. Songs I like, Dick Van Dyke. The reason I bought it more than it's Dick Van Dyke singing songs that he likes is that it's on Enoch Light's Command label. So it's probably recorded very, very well. I've not gotten to it yet. And it is orchestrated and produced by Enoch Light. So this should be an interesting record. Here, it's a fold out. There's Dick making the record, and you don't get the usual technical information that you usually get, but anyway, I thought it was an interesting enough album to take a chance on. And my first ever, it's a reissue, but my first ever, I can never pronounce her name, Aikar Yima Sumac, my first ever by her, and The Legend of the Sun version. And you have to take her in small doses, in my opinion, but she is interesting and did have an incredible voice. So it was a couple bucks, and it's a Capitol reissue. And why not? So it's going to be in nice shape. I showed part 1 of this a video or 2 ago. I got part 2, my lounge music, Christmas Cocktail part 2. I have these on CD. I really, really like them. They're some of my favorite Christmas albums. It's a 2-record set, and I bought it new. I splurged a little bit, and Christmas podcast should be really good this year. Another new record, the Sonics Boom. I got this at a really good price, and Norton put it out, and it's a really good Sonics record, and it even has some bonus cuts, including a live version of The Witch and an outtake of The Witch as well, which wasn't on the album, and it'll work on my Halloween podcast. So there we go. And one more. I love this woman, France Gall. If you're into French pop at all, this is the greatest 2-record hits kind of collection. Greatest hits 2-record set put out by Universal Polydor. It's a double best of series that they put out on a lot of French artists. And if you've ever seen Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, you have heard one of the songs on this. And I cannot speak French, but right there. So I say temper les files. Please, I don't know where my thumb is right there. That song, it ends the movie. It's by April March, but her version is basically the same, and it ends that movie, and that's how I heard of her. Well, actually, it's not. I already knew about her. Tower Records a long time ago in Washington D.C. had all these French imports for like $7 or $8 on CD, and I bought all the France Gall they had, and I love her. She's very poppy. She's got a Serge Gainsbourg connection, and she's just really cute and cool, and I liked her. Well, okay, that does it for my recent arrivals, latest finds video. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I don't want to do shout-outs. I want to agree with Dean on this, and if anybody knows, Mr. Eli, where have you been? You have been conspicuously absent, my friend, and I hope you're okay. That's all I'm going to say. I hope you're okay. I hope things in Israel are good and you're good. I really, really hope that. And it's for everybody else. Retro 2, Dean, and Chris over at Dixieland. You guys comment on everything. Trish, again, thank you. B-Sides, you're always commenting on my videos, and thank you. And there are so many others, and I'm not going to think of anybody. But thank you all for liking and subscribing, and as always, check out my podcast. This week's is pretty good. It's a snapcracklepop.podomatic.com is the website. It's the Snap Crackle Pop Vinyl Hour. Check it out, and again, thanks for watching and commenting and like and subscribe and all of that great stuff. And honest to God, in real life, I don't talk this fast. Thanks for watching. Bye.